Okay, so I have to admit, this long intro confused me even when I first saw it when I was a little kid watching this movie. I was like, is this a horror movie? Or like, what exactly are we embarking upon right now? Definitely rest in peace, Luke Perry. You know, all the 90s fans out there, the 90210 and the Riverdale fans. Shout out to Big Homie. I know little man was probably riding that mule for like days before he got there. He wild thirsty. Somebody get him some water or something. Little homie's telling him all the hot goss like, yo, what's his name? And then ran up on what's his name and smacked him in the mouth, bro. Shit was crazy. It was wild out here, bro. It was wild. You missed it, bro. He low-key got a whiff of that weed.
Aziz.
Clearly there's like some child labor laws being broken right now.
Every 5,000 years.
Well, he scared the shit out of that little boy. And look at the way he's wearing that hood. I'd have been scared too, man. Little man probably traumatized for life after that. Got PTSD.
And here.
Then let us toast your fame.
Why?
I mean, he's not being very slick. Like, he's held this secret for thousands of years or whatever. I mean, my bad. Spoiler alert. And he's trying to poison dude with the water. But he's rushing him, like, wild rushing him. Like, bro, like, ease it in. You about to kill him. Like, you got to be smoother than that. But in his defense, I guess he is a holy person and maybe never killed anyone before. So, yeah. And for that matter, neither have I. So what do I know? Camel cameo. But the way he's looking down the end of the tunnel, it's like he owe these aliens some money or something. Like, he's like, oh, shit. They came to collect. I mean, is it just me or does this key look really fragile? So they leave the key with the priest and leave the planet and are supposed to return in 300 years when evil comes back. And that's basically what's happening right now.
President of the Federated Territory.
Debo would be president. That motherfucker's so mean, he lived all the way 300 more years after Friday. So after the priest tells them not to shoot, they bust off the shots anyway. Clearly needed to do this. Because that's how the government works, even 300 years from now. Who is this priest character? I gotta look him up. I've seen him before. So from what I see, it's like a fucking planet that formed, like out of nowhere. It's just planet evil all of a sudden and gets bigger when they shoot it. So here's like the main character, good guy or whatever, Bruce Willis and his cat. And apparently it's South Brooklyn in the future. And they live in closets with beds built in the wall. That actually seems wildly accurate. Is the cigarette like one big filter with just a little cigarette at the end? Is this like the future's way to combat smoking? Who's the art director on this? And they do this kind of cheesy, first getting to know the character so he is faced with mortal danger instantly and show how calm, cool, and collective he is and how he'll dominate the scene. And this robber is just all the way off. Clearly this was done before Uber and Lyft were created because like they actually thought taxi cabs would exist that far in the future and be a viable business, clearly, I guess. So the new priest that has the key apparently is explaining the whole scenario to the president and his cabinet members or whoever they are, you know, just to push the story along.
The farthest reaches of the universe. But
I actually really like the music in this. He kind of looks like a conspiracy theorist that just popped up with these wild theories and everybody's just taking him so seriously. Like, how does this government even function? Oh, so like the big, ugly, mean aliens killed the really big, cute, slow-moving metal aliens from the beginning. And that's probably not a good thing. So like the only survivor of the explosion from the alien killing the other alien, or the aliens killing the other aliens, was this like metal glove hand. And apparently they have a machine to rebuild it. And this is a pretty cool scene, actually. Not gonna lie, when I first saw this guy, I thought he was Ray Liotta, the guy from Goodfellas. I don't know, they just both have that like crater moldy kind of cheek or whatever. Anyway, no disrespect, much love. Like, what if she was another alien species that wasn't human and didn't fit in that small tube? That just seems like a horribly designed piece of equipment that they're using right now in all actuality if they're dealing with, life forms from other planets and stuff. And then I looked it up and she actually learned a whole language that they created just for the movie, which is kind of awesome. And she's amazing in all ways. So she gets away and she's running away from these police that have like beetle uniforms that are massive and very inconvenient, it looks like, but hey, whatever. Once again, this music is truly amazing. So she takes the swan dive off this large building and lands in the taxi cab of Bruce Willis, who's sporting that very stylish orange tank top. Not gonna lie, her smile right here is the absolute most amazing, cutest smile ever captured on film. Yeah, I have a crush, so what? Okay, go. So Bruce Willis leads the cops on this wild space chase, and they eventually end up at this priest's house. I guess she said his name or whatever. She has like the special tattoo, and, the priest basically loses his mind. Here we go with some of that classic toxic masculinity, trying to take advantage of the girl while she's sleeping. This is just so wrong on so many levels. And how is this like a common trope in movies? Anyway, whatever. She put that pistol right in his face.
I'm in the cab here. Look, like they drive a cab.
Oh, he trying to explain himself now, huh? Like, yeah, I'm Bruce Willis. Like, I'm famous. Like, you should give me that, what I'm saying? Some of that cut up, man, Anyway, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Meanwhile, there's this, like, bad guy with the weird plastic head cover, side head cover piece. But not going to lie, this guy is an amazing actor. He killed it in that movie, The Professional. So, like, things are happening, and the bad guy's doing bad guy stuff, and the good guys are just figuring out their lives. And here we got Bruce Willis eating some good Thai food. And apparently Bruce Willis is some special force military person, retired or whatever, and that plays into account. So, yeah, that's probably something you should know.
Really sorry to have to resort to these methods, Mr. Wallace.
Dallas.
Dallas.
I like how the priest is holding him up and she's just like going through his shit in the background. Once again, though, these police uniforms, who designed these? Like, bro, what were you thinking? I know you were trying to be futuristic. It's okay. It's probably not an easy job. It's probably a challenge. I understand. But these, oh my, man, come on, bro. So after orange hair girl gets trapped in the refrigerator / shower and gets soaked, they hop on a spaceship and head to some other planet called Floston Paradise, where they're supposed to meet up with the plug, whoever the plug is on they got to get to the stones or whatever. They got to get the weapon, something about the weapon, and just keep watching. Chris Tucker makes the cameo of the decade. Clearly somebody needs to bring this haircut back. I'm thinking Young Thug could pull that shit off. Like, it's hard to say that I would smash an alien, but her voice is just so captivating, man. I'm just literally just like all the way into this girl. She like steals the whole movie low key. Like, this whole little sequence is amazing. Plus these little dirty, grimy alien dudes just digging through the hotel room like they're looking for weed. Or not really like they're looking for weed, but they're looking like how I'm looking when I'm looking for my last weed. So we definitely got to have, the Bruce Willis 90s action sequence go down, and that's clearly what's happening right here. Very Lethal Weapon-esque. Very Die Hard-esque. All the esques, all the 90s movies esques with action movie tropes. So they escape with the stones, and now she's like learning all this information about human existence, and she finds out how fucked up humans are and starts crying. And, to be honest, I really feel her in the scene because, shit is fucked up. And of course, Bruce Willis is in love with her, and there's a love thing going on, and it's this whole physical attraction. But I guess he's going to have to admit that he loves her, or tell her he loves her, or whatever, for her to, feel, whole or something, so she can activate the stones, and they could turn into a weapon and destroy the evil. It's a little hokey, I guess. But I still love this movie. It's okay.
Trying to keep you in the DJ business.
And, typical end of the world in 5 seconds movie theme where it's, it's all ticking down to the last moment and the hero has to save the day, yada, 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 yada. I just wanted to backtrack real second on this priest's assistant or mentee or his sidekick or what his buddy or whoever the other priest guy is, the younger priest guy. Man, what's up with this hat, man? Come on, bro. Who is this? We got to have a conversation about some of these designs. And he lights the last match and it almost blows out and boom. And then she turns into this powerful glowing light that just essentially destroys the killer meanie planet. It was a mean planet. It had to go. And now for whatever reason, on the closeout, they're smashing in the tube that she was created in. Is that what that is? Is that supposed to be symbolic? I don't know. I never really understood this part, but the lighting is cool and she's amazing. And overall, everyone was really pretty awesome in this movie. Shout out to the director. Shout out to everybody, the crew. This is one of my top favorite movies, to be honest. But I hadn't seen it in a long time, and it's nice to watch it with a new eye. Highly recommend it. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. And, enjoy. Subscribe. Scoot it up.